Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to the 100th episode of the TNA Impact Wrestling TEW2013 Let's Play series. And so convenient that it happens to be a pay-per-view, and it happens to be Destination X 2016. I can't believe we've got to 100 episodes, but you know, it's been an enjoyable save. I've nearly been playing it for a year, and I feel with the game I've learned so much over the course of the year. And I'm so excited going forward with this save, and there's so much more to come. We've got one big announcement which I will reveal during the show, and one big announcement that I will reveal post-show. So, with that said, we have at least 4 pre-show segments. We have more than 16 segments. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot more down below. We're booking this show in the Great Lakes region. I'm just going to quickly go and get the Great Lakes, and we'll give you an exact idea of where we are. We're looking at somewhere I think is around about the 30-odd thousand mark. So we are in Detroit, Michigan, in Comerica Park, which holds 41,000, so it won't sell out, but you know, we'll probably have about 35,000 I think that would appear. Hopefully get a good bit of money, and hopefully, you know, make profit this month. Maybe not with all the signs we've made, but it's a risk we need to take, and hopefully we can get good attendance. So without further ado guys, everything's set up. I hope you enjoy the show. 210 minutes it's going to take in game time, and hopefully it's just we can get a really good rating, boost in popularity, and kick on from the month of June. So let's start with our 4 pre-show matches. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Bram defeats Bully Ray in 8 minutes and 19 seconds by pinfall with a KO. A solid 68 C+ rating here as we continue the push of Bram. The colour commentary gave the match a boost, no skill improvements. The negatives are just solely for declining physical ability and the inconsistency of Bram. In a match that had some solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat, Madison Rayne and Talon Terrell defeated Jessie McKay and Allysin Kay in 6:33 when Talon Terrell defeated Jessie McKay with the diving crossbody. The announcing quality and the colour commentary gave the match a boost and lifted the match, which ended up being a 48D+. Not too bad. No skill improvements, but again it's just getting some more knockouts on the pre-show and making them used. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Jeff Hardy defeated Rhett Titus in 6:36 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage, 67 C+. Didn't have time to put it on the main card, so I thought the pre-show was probably the best for it. And it does its job. Jeff Hardy's slowly getting some decent more matches coming up, and the breakdown of Jeff Hardy's storyline continues. Jeff's improving his performance skills, negatives just for mostly for Jeff Hardy, so maybe I'll be pushing the card soon for Rhett Titus. And our final pre-show match, in a match that had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. Hawkins defeats Davey Richards in 9:22 with a taste of pain. Always getting a good match now out of Davey Richards. A 74 B- is going to make Hawkins look like a star, even though he was off his game. No skill improvements, but more than happy with that matchup. So our attendance is 32,685, so probably a record TNA crowd. Hopefully the pay-per-view can live up to the hype. Here we go. TNA Impact Wrestling Destination X 2016. So I've started off with Pyro for the first time in a while. So it's the usual boom, 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 boom. The show starts with an impressive opening of Pyro, for the lights are raised and several sections of an excited crowd are shown waving various signs. The focus then switches to announce table where Jim Ross and Mike Tenay are announced team for this evening, introducing hype tonight's show and the expected impacts that we'll see from the likes of CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kurt Angle, and of course Taker, who's making his TNA in-ring debut. Jim Ross performed poorly in the segment, which is disappointment. The world title storyline has advanced, and we get a solid 81 B rating from that opening exchange, despite the fact we had a lot more negatives than positives. In our first match of the evening, an bout that featured great action and average heat, the Killer Elite Squad, Lance Hoyt and Harry Smith, defeated the Hollywood Supernovas, Morrison and Joey Ryan, in 9:04 when Harry Smith defeated Morrison by pinfall, 68 C+. Both storylines advance with this. The Killer Elite squad of force will have great chemistry together. Morrison improving his technical skills, as does Lance Hoyt, whilst Joey Ryan improves his flying and performance skills there. So very happy with that. Suppose it could have went a little bit better, but it is what it is. It's a good start to the show. The match is over, and Joey Ryan is incensed. He walks over to Morrison and starts poking him in the chest and blaming him for the defeat. Morrison holds up his hands and accepts the blame, before Ryan lays him out with a right hand and then bolts for the ramp before Morrison can retaliate. A 70C+. I did look at obviously splitting these two up a couple episodes ago. Nothing really happened to it, but I decided we're going to go with it. I'm going to give it the time and give both guys a singles push. So the potential face turn for Morrison was hinted during this segment, and the storyline has advanced, so more than happy again with that. This disappointed, which is quite a shame. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Mascara Dorado defeated AR Fox, Matt Sydal, Matt Taven, Soldier Ant and Masato Yoshino in a 6-man Ultimate X match in 1528 when Mascara Dorado retrieved the item. Mascara Dorado wins the TNA X Division Championship. Sadly only a 56C-. I'd have thought, these are all guys that are mid-card, upper mid-card, that would maybe give us a good match into the Bs, B-minuses maybe. But it is what it is. We put the title on Mascara Dorado as a heel mini luchador, so it'll be interesting to see how I work with that. But I don't think there'll be much in terms of character development. It will just be mostly luchadors and hopefully good matches at this level. No skill improvements, again, is a little bit of disappointment. Probably just a lot of people with the pressure going all out, so maybe I should have changed that. But overall, new X Division champion. Matt Taven, I can perform better if you utilise me in ones. Okay, that's fine. Soldier Ant's the same. Not too bad. Only two of them really complained. In a match that had some good action, but not much in the way of heat, Mia Yim defeated Angelina Love in 8:57 by pinfall with the Kiss of the Dragon. Mia Yim makes defence number 7 of her TNA Knockouts Championship, a very respectable 68C+, which, considering it's two women and they are not overly highly rated in this mod, or in most mods, it's very happy, especially with popularity, so delighted with that. I'm really hoping with Mia Yim and maybe even Angelina Love as our opponent, we could possibly break into the 70Bs. But big plans, hopefully for both knockouts, and hopefully we can really put this division and take it forward in the upcoming months. No skill improvements, very few negatives. So one's even title prestige. If we had better title prestige, then we could be looking at 70. But we have to build up over time. TNA Central Champion Drew Galloway comes to the ring with his manager Roddy Piper. So I stand here as your TNA Central Champion, and I have no opponent. Hawkins is banned from a rematch, and well, let's be honest, he doesn't deserve one anyway. I'm going to show you all how much Americans are overrated in the art of professional wrestling, and that Scotland is the greatest nation with the greatest wrestlers in the world. So with that in mind, I'm issuing an open challenge for anyone to come out here and take on me for my TNA Central Championship. Come ahead, whoever you are. So Drew Galloway didn't have an opponent for tonight, so we'll see who was available, who could give him in this kind of match up. Piper helped him. 68C+. Match is already booked in and it delivered, which is excellent. And about it featured great action and average heat. Bobby Lashley defeats Drew Galloway in 9:13 by disqualification. So the title does not change hands. It should have been on the line, but it doesn't change hands anyway. Bobby Lashley gets the win by DQ, a 78B, but hopefully that helps both wrestlers, because Drew needed a good opponent. It was over. Bobby Lashley just needed a bit of momentum. So hopefully in that finish it benefits both wrestlers, and very few negatives again. Yep, it was for the title, because there it says title prestige. So Drew retains his title by getting himself disqualified. And about the featured great action and average heat, Samoa Joe defeated Chris Hero in 18:20 by pinfall. During the match we also had Angelina Love distract Chris Hero. Shame it's only a 67C+, I expected these two to tear the house down. Joe does improve his technical and performance skills. The reason we had Angelina running in game, it has Samoa Joe and Angelina Love dating, so we're going to try and put them together in some sort of capacity, which is why she's distracted Chris Hero in this matchup. But I really was hoping that would have been a bit better. It could be the fact that both guys are now 36, 37 in game, and maybe getting on a little bit, and the game doesn't think they're they're quite up to the standard they should be. Next up, the statistics for both Rocky Romero and Ricochet. They're both shown on the screen in true big match fashion. Jim Ross and Mike Tenay compare both sets of attributes in order to hype the imminent match between the pair. So really just getting both of these guys over. 73 B-. JR underperforming again makes me wonder, maybe time to retire, old man. But the match itself delivers. And about it featured great action and a good crowd. Rocky Romero defeats Ricochet in 14:08 by pinfall. 83 B+, keeps Rocky Romero really strong, has Ricochet with a great outing there. And again, the negatives in the dirt sheet are very limited, so hopefully it's benefiting both guys and we can push them forward coming out of this event. Next up, time for our big announcement number 1. Dixie Carter, that's not the big return thankfully, although she hasn't been on for a while, returns to Impact Wrestling for the first time in ages and takes the mic. Now everyone, I know you don't see me very often, I'm now strictly behind the scenes. However, today is a momentous day for TNA Impact Wrestling. First off, I can announce that Impact Wrestling will now be airing in Australia on Triangle TV. But I'm also proud to announce that as of next week, we will be airing a second show called TNA Crossfire here in America. But with the new show, I think we need a special GM for that show only. So with Kurt Angle running Impact Wrestling and our Impact, I can announce next week, Steve Austin will be the general manager of TNA Crossfire. Yep, so I got a second TV show. I was unsure to make an A show or a B show, but I feel we need to try and get the company. It's still the 9th biggest company in the game, which isn't good enough, so we have to try and get the brand out there, keep improving wrestlers. I think we've got a big roster, so we need more TV shows to give them time. So it allows me to go maybe one show have a certain group of wrestlers, the second show rotate it, and so much just to get more guys on television and more guys getting momentum. And instead of having 4 shows for build up, it'll be 8. Although our next pay-per-view is in 2 weeks, so it still technically is 4 shows worth of build. But I'm looking forward to it. It means everything's not going to be just against the faces with heel authority figures. We're going to have a face authority figure within the Crossfire brand. Dixie Carter didn't come out of it looking good. Obviously Stone Cold did, and if he was on the mic, because literally it was just an overness perspective, the Austin. So if it was over at Stone Cold, I'm pretty sure they'd get a high rating. But I feel that was a realistic way of introducing a new show and the new general manager, or a returning general manager anyway. We have a video hyping Adam Cole against EC3. Trouble for EC3 advances. Nothing else here apart from a good 81 B-rated segment. The match itself did not deliver. I really did expect that to steal the show. I was expecting that to get 70s and 80s. And about the featured great action and a good crowd, EC3 defeats Adam Cole in 14:54 with a surprise roll-up. Only a 66C+, because EC3 was in the cusp of getting to that main event level. EC3 was visibly tiring towards the end. Colour commentary was good. No skill improvements. Let's see what the dirt sheet says. Booking decisions, length, inconsistency, poor gimmicks. It's mostly actually on just my booking, but I really wanted to put EC3 over, and I felt that was the best way to do so. Next up, we've got a video that hypes Taker versus Kurt Angle, which is an 81B, obviously Taker's in-ring debut. The lights go out, he's coming, here comes Taker. So Taker makes his spectacular entrance to the Comerica Park, in Detroit, Michigan, 89A. Simply outstanding that the fact he is here. Poor gimmick, could have took his American Badass gimmick, and the segment was limited for being short. The match itself doesn't deliver either, but it was a dream match I had to do, and about it had great heat and great wrestling action. Taker defeated Kurt Angle in 13:51 by pinfall for Tombstone. Only 71C+. So if you look there at the dirt sheet, negatives, stamina, both guys having declining physical ability, the length. I wasn't exactly going to make it 25 minutes with 2 guys that are, pretty much mid-40s, and in Taker's case late, I think early 50s. But dream match that I had to have in TNA, and maybe next time I'll position it more in the mid-card. But I think because it's 2 icons, you couldn't exactly put it in the mid-card. It had to be main event or sub-main event. So hopefully we can pick up after this, which was a shame there. Next we've got a promo backstage with CM Punk. So here we go, tonight is the night. Ibushi and Nakamura, both my former friends, challenging me for the richest prize in the wrestling business, my World Heavyweight Championship. The thing is, boys, since I came to Impact Wrestling, this is my baby. I've been World Champion for 7 months now, and no one is taking this away from me. So team up on me, bring Kurt Angle, bring Ricochet, because at the end of the day, my name is CM Punk, and I'm the best in the world. It's clobbering time. So an 89A segment there for Punk. Punk's hyped up for this main event. He's going in there, complete underdog that he's going to possibly lose his title, and he's going to put it all on the line in this main event match. The match itself, holy fuck, it's delivered. I did not expect it to be that good. I was worried because it was a triple threat, but in a match that had excellent in-ring action and great heat from the audience, CM Punk defeats Shinsuke Nakamura and Kota Ibushi in 26:45 when CM Punk defeated Ibushi with the GTS. CM Punk makes defense number 11 of his TNA World Heavyweight Championship, 98A+. Wow. I did not expect that. I honestly thought maybe 80s, 83, 84, but a 98A. Wow. That's probably the best main event I've had, period, in this game. Never mind just in this TNA set. It's just absolutely crazy. But guys delivered, excellent. The world title storyline has advanced with the segment. Punk improves flying and performance skills. And the good thing is, with only the one negative there, that could not only just help CM Punk, that could help Nakamura, that could help Ibushi, that could help the whole company with that rating. So fantastic, boys. I think every one of them's getting praised. That's me with my mind up already. After successfully defending his championship, CM Punk holds the title aloft with one hand while standing over the fallen Kota Ibushi, obviously to make Nakamura look strong. 82B, Punk came across well, the storyline continues, and just fantastic from the three guys. So ends up we get an 89 rated A show, not bad for a company that's just turned national. And to be honest, like months and months ago, you could argue I had no idea what I was doing. So to have this kind of turnaround is just simply spectacular. But an 89A, so it shows you can have a decent mid card and stuff like that. But as long as your main event draws, then that is where your rating is going to come from. So even with Taker and Kurt Angle, not the greatest match, if we have a world class main event, then that's what's going to happen. But CM Punk, nope, not Dave Lagana, CM Punk, Kota Ibushi, and Shinsuke Nakamura, all praised for a great performance. Literally, what else can I say? Punk was very happy, Ibushi was pleased, Nakamura was pleased. Just simply, I'm speechless after that, I really am. Well, I knew it would be a good match, but to get that higher rating is just incredible. But, you know, we got to move on. We've got another pay-per-view, Slammiversary, coming up. I've got to start planning towards that. I believe, I may have to double check this, that our announced team for TNA Crossfire is going to be Matt Striker and Mike Tenay, to get Matt Striker over and get him some overness. Fantastic reviews, so they're absolutely delighted with that, the death of WWE, so they might be making some cutbacks, so that's good. Hopefully we can steal some of their talent and again help the more star powers, amazing for us. Let's see, maybe look at Noam Dar. Just seeing if there's anybody there we could really look at, but that'll be interesting to see if somebody does leave WWE, or if we may as well just pinch Billy Gunn. Nah, we won't do that. Let's have a look. We made 129k profit, so that is fantastic. So you see, the amount of months I've made, I've lost money. The fact that we were able to pull such a show, pay-per-view revenue was up by literally double last month, so that's probably the reason why we had it. Ticket sales were up a good bit as well. TV revenue the same. Sponsors was down. Merch was down. Development was up. Obviously it's going to cost us a little bit more in show costs, but overall very, very happy with that, and hopefully we can kick on. Obviously Crossfire, I think I'm actually recording both on the same day, so I'll be interested to see how I work this with videos, but I fully intend it to be one video Crossfire and one video of Impact every week. I don't intend to do like 2 episodes of both. I think that's just going to be too much of a demand for me, so hopefully just one episode per week, and then we'll see where it goes with pay-per-views. But delighted with that. Of course, I did say there was one more announcement, and I can confirm the signing of Chris Jericho, who will arrive later in the week. Released from WWE, it was a no-brainer to bring him in. He's in for a year, so I don't see why not. You know, his popularity isn't amazing at 73, but I think if we put him in matches in Canada against an EC3, he could be somebody that hopefully can elevate some of your talent, and maybe even if he's facing Alex and Nakamura, which would be a dream match, it can only benefit both guys. So delighted with that. Let's look at our email. So we're the second of 3 companies in the national battle. We're the first of 3 companies in the Canadian battle, so that's good. That's a wee bit better. We failed to get Charlotte. Obviously that's the deal for the TV deal sorted. Harry Smith's fatigued, and a 3.35 I can already assume is our highest rating. Our decisions, and that is an incident with Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal has been identified as a soft drug user by the TNA drug testing policy, as the drug testing is done in-house. The press have not gotten hold of the story. There is no potential damage for company prestige as his employer have to deal with it. Fatherly approach. I'll try harder to keep clean. We'll start that, but we'll have a wee note then that Matt Sydal's at 1. That's one of the first times that that's come up in this. What else to look at? We'll look at size. Yep, Great Lakes up to 67, so that was what it was meant to do. Everything else is fairly comfortably over the 65, so that was the aim there, because we had a couple at 66, and I just wanted to make sure everything was getting away for 65 importance, so we can stay national and build towards international once we feel confident, and once we get the likes of Australia up and really get some more firepower within our roster. We've all covered everything. So Drew Galloway now for title prestige is at 68, C+ with his Central Championship. Women's Knockout is still 44D with Mia Yim, so we'll work on that. Punk's got the TNA Championship up to 92A, so that's probably as prestigious as it's ever been. The World Tag Team titles is a 70 with Ibushi and Nakamura, but hopefully if we can have them regularly defending that can go up. And our X Division's at 69C+ with Mascara Dorada. I've actually had so many champions, considering I've been in charge in-game for what looks like I've been in-game, about 2 years in-game with it. About 2 years with it. I would be actually, I started this in July 2014, that's the 2 years in-game nearly. Holy shit, time's fly, because I'm forgetting I didn't actually start doing the YouTube save until 3 months into it. That's quite cool to see. Part of that, we'll have a wee creative meeting, and I think that will be everything covered apart from our user. In fact, we'll check that last. But creative meeting. Franchise players, CM Punk, Adam Cole, Nakamura, Ibushi and Joey Ryan, so as I say, we may push Joey Ryan up there. Next big thing is still just Jesse McKay, although at 27 now, we'll need to start tapping into that. Our hot prospects are still Jesse McKay, Colby Carino, which we do still have plans for, we will eventually get him up there. Tiger Raj Singh, Allison Kay, DJZ. Our talk the talk best mic workers, as you'd expect, Punk, Angle, Taker, Jericho and Austin. Our showstoppers, Punk, Dorada, Ibushi, Ryan and Cole. Our ring generals are Punk, Nakamura, Smith, Dorado and Samoa Joe. Wave of momentum is with Punk, Taker, Nakamura, Rocky Romero and Kota Ibushi. Who's not? Matt Hardy, who's obviously injured, Matt Morgan, Velvet Sky, Eric Young, Vivian Thompson. Time decline on Taker, Jacob Goodnight, Christopher Daniels, RVD and MVP. The only ones I really have plans for is probably MVP and Taker. And the hidden gems are still Chase Del Monte, Eddie Rios, Jesse Goddards, Blade Hart and Shao Guerrero. What I want to try and do is, now with the 2 shows, is to try and push more talent as my own instead of like it's always an import, like Punk came in, oh he's top guy. Nakamura's come in, instantly top guy, and same with Ibushi. It's try to find our kind of guys and start pushing them up. Like an EC3, Adam Cole to an extent was brought in, made our kind of guy, although he is technically a Ring of Honor guy, but I think we took him to the next level. If we can start just pushing a few guys up from the mid card and replacing the guys we've got at the moment who are probably getting on a little bit. But we'll finish off with our user log. Not a user log actually, user stats, that's the one. So, yep, in-game, I've been doing it personally for a year and 11 months of in-game time, which is 113 shows. Of course, I think it works out about maybe 98 I've maybe been in videos, since there was a couple of videos documenting stuff. My best show was Destination X just there. My best match was that main event match just there, outstanding. Highest attendance was lockdown, so not quite at that attendance. My reputation I just kept as I've had that since the start, so I wouldn't worry about that. Biggest buy rate was at Destination X. Our highest TV rating was a 9.45 in February. So basically, with everything turning national now, everything is going in the right direction, and we're getting everything we need to get, and we're just going to continue to grow this company. So guys, thank you for joining in for the 100th episode. I hope you're looking forward to hopefully 100 and maybe 200 more. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section. If you haven't subbed, please hit that sub button. And all I can say, guys, is thank you if you've been here since the start, you joined halfway through, for supporting me and continuing to enjoy the TEW series. But this is 21 Maxwell, signing out, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.